Dear students, in this lecture we will discuss about the power cycles such as Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual combustion cycles, and these are the basic cycles. Means Otto cycle is the basic cycle for petrol engine, and diesel cycle is the basic cycle for diesel engine. And we have to understand the working and construction of petrol engine, working and construction of diesel engine, and then again we have to discuss about the wall timing diagram. We have to discuss about the actual indicator diagram of Otto cycle, diesel cycle. So for that purpose we have to understand what is the Otto cycle and what is the diesel cycle. But prior discussing about Otto cycle and diesel cycle, we have to discuss about the what are the limitations, what are the limitations are there for achieving the Carnot cycle. So as there is a limitations for the Carnot cycle, so that limitation will be overcome by the Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So we'll discuss about the what are the different limitations of Carnot cycle is there. So now here we can see the we can see uh, we can see the PV diagram for Carnot cycle. So here you can easily find out here we are putting the high temperature source. Here we are putting the high temperature source, and at this point here we are putting the low temperature source. So this high temperature source is interacting with the engine cylinder, means piston cylinder arrangement. So from this high temperature we are whenever the piston is at TDC, there will be the heat addition will take place to the working fluid. Heat addition will take place to the working fluid, and due to that there will be the isothermal expansion of working fluid will be happen inside the cylinder. So as the heat is adding to this, and we are assuming that this is the reversible process, and in this reversible process there is a heat addition take place at constant temperature. So heat addition is we are adding the heat from high temperature source to the working fluid at constant temperature. So if you have to maintain the constant temperature in this process, so we have to carry out this process quasi-statically. We have to carry out this process quasi-statically, so that we can maintain the temperature constant. So for achieving this process, so we have to the piston speed should be very slow. It should be very slow. Now uh, after that we are insulating the piston head, and there will be the further expansion is happening of the gases, and that is isentropically. So there is a no heat transfer take place from system to surrounding or surrounding to system. So it is totally insulated. So in this case, so this expansion will be occur adiabatically. So for achieving this adiabatic expansion process, we have to move the piston very fast. Means there is a fast movement of piston is required for achieving the adiabatic expansion process. And again this process is also a reversible process. So if any process is reversible, so that means that we can reverse the process by following the same path. Means these all processes are reversible, so this indicates that we can reverse this process at any time by following the same path. We cannot follow the different path. Means these are the reversible processes. So first process 1 to 2 is the isothermal heat addition process. Process 2 to 3 is the isentropic expansion process, reversible isentropic expansion process, reversible isothermal expansion process. After that we are again conducting the piston head, and then there will be the whatever heat is there of the working fluid that will reject it to the temperature sink at low temperature. And again this heat rejection will occur by following the process 3-4, so at this case we are rejecting the heat to the surrounding at maintaining constant temperature. Means isothermal heat rejection process is occurring, and again this process will be occur by quasi-statically. There will be the again we have to perform the piston movement very slow. After that again there is a compression is occurring, because piston is moving from it is moving from BDC to TDC. So we can say this is the BDC, and if this is a TDC, so the piston movement is occurring from PDC to TDC, and due to that, again, if you are following the process 4 to 1 and we are maintaining the piston head fully insulated, so there will be the isentropic compression of gases will be occur and cycle will be completed. So here we can easily find out the limitations that all the 4 processes are reversible. All the 4 processes are reversible, and reversible processes are not practicable or not possible in practice. It is not possible in practice. So we can say that these all 4 processes are reversible and that are not possible in practical things and present. So again we have discussed this isothermal process, and after that there is a adiabatic expansion process is there. So this isothermal heat addition process and adiabatic expansion process, these are alternate process, and for isothermal heat addition process we require the piston movement is very slow. At the same time we need a piston movement is very fast for adiabatic expansion process, isentropic expansion process. So alternatively the slow movement of piston and fast movement of piston is not possible. It is not possible. It is not possible. So these are the limitations are there. Then again we are doing the heat addition and heat rejection at constant temperature, and this heat addition and heat rejection will occur at quasi-statically, and this is also not possible in practical. Quasi-static or heat addition or heat rejection at constant temperature is not possible in practice. So these are the limitation of Carnot cycle. So Otto, engineer Otto, he has replaced some